Buff Nation, this man right here, Mike Hill, is the only member out of the Associated Press to give credit to the Buffs, voted them as his number 25 team in his top 25. This was the only vote Colorado received for the AP top 25 poll. So he's the only guy that we can peg in the Associated Press, this poll, that truly believes in what's going on here at CU. This was great to see. Hey, is it a coincidence that it's a Fox guy and Fox loves CU? Yeah, probably. I'm not going to read too crazy into that one, but I did love to see this. He had Liberty ranked at 24 and then Colorado ranked at 25, but I don't mind, guys. I do not mind that the Buffs are starting the season outside the top 25. Let this continue to add to the chip on the shoulder. I think that this team, the bigger the chip they have on their shoulder, the better they're going to come out and play, the better season that they're going to have. Continue to give them bulletin board material, continue to let them hear the naysayers, the non-believers, all of that. And just like prior to the TCU game, nobody was giving Colorado their respect. Granted, we got off to a hot start. That started to change a little bit, but the end of the season, the last 6 games, really just with the Stanford turn, we weren't able to get that back. But thankfully, in 2024, we got the opportunity to get off to a wonderful start and sustain that throughout the season. And y'all let me know your thoughts on this as well. But I wanted to comment on Joel Klatt's commentary that he had today. I'll leave it in the description of the video, but he was talking about how, of course, Colorado has to be a dark horse contender for the Big 12 title. That's how I feel about this too. Again, in my opinion, they got the best quarterback in the conference. They got the best skill position player in Travis Hunter at corner and wide receiver. And really, it all depends on how the lines come together, how far of a jump this defense makes, to determining where they finish out the year. But Colorado should not be slept on when it comes to being one of these dark horse Big 12 title contenders, because at the most important position, they have the best player in the conference at the quarterback position. Now, some people want to say no Fafita. I got to see it. I got to see it with this regime change. Of course, they still have the Arizona Wildcats, Tech McMillan. Utah has Cam Rising back, but I don't think he's nearly on the same level as Shador. And you have other really interesting quarterback talents throughout the conference. KJ Jefferson at UCF, Avery Johnson at Kansas State, particularly with Avery Johnson. How does he do being that guy for the first time in his collegiate career? That all remains to be seen. Of course, Baylor's bringing in that quarterback from Toledo. Man, I'm skipping on his name again, but y'all remind me. But Baylor, they're kind of rebuilding right now, going through a program rebuild. Whether that was intended or not, that's where they're at. I think Joel Klatt hits this right on the money. Yes, you could say, well, he's just a Colorado homer and all this stuff. I think Joel Klatt does provide some of the best analysis in college football. And I don't think that he would come out here saying this if he didn't truly believe it. He doesn't strike me as one of those traditional media talking head types that will just say things for clicks, for views, all of that. He's not a Nick Wright or a Skip Bayless, one of those guys. This guy actually knows football, and it was great to see him coming out here talking about CU, his alma mater, which is wonderful. So those are some of the pieces of news that I wanted to talk about today. Just a short little video. Also, I believe it was 24/7 came out and said Indiana ahead of Colorado in the field right now for Julian Lewis. Hey, whatever you got to do to pay the bills, I still feel very, very confident that Julian Lewis is going to be a Buffalo. To me, it just makes too much sense. And if you're in Julian Lewis's shoes, I don't think you're turning down USC, Auburn, and Colorado for the chance to play at Indiana. I don't care how likable their new coach is. It's hard for me to see him going to a school and a program that truly, in my opinion, does not care about football, and uh, offers very little outside of that in terms of where they're located at and just being in Indiana. Again, it's not the SEC. I guess the Big Ten is nice, but you get that in LA at USC. Of course, you get Colorado in the spotlight in a program that is on the rise, lots of energy, lots of people who care about the program. You got that going for you. So it's hard for me if I'm Julian Lewis turning down all these other opportunities, turning down all these other schools to be an Indiana Hoosier. Um, but I guess on the flip side, he has visited them multiple times, so the interest is real. But I don't know. I kind of see this as a Jordan Seaton, Maryland type thing, showing a coach that they really love some love, but it's just not the right situation for where they actually want to be playing at yet in their college career. So, and that's why I feel like I don't know. I just feel some similarities with how this is being covered, with how this thing is going on. But y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will be back with a video tomorrow. Again, like, subscribe as always. And as always, y'all, go Buffs.